What's going on? It's Romeo. We got into a few things this morning. One of them is rags to riches story. A friend of mine who's very wealthy married a woman who wasn't, and she's changed since they've gotten married. Also, we did the Easter egg hunt to get that basket full of goodies, and we talked about Bakersfield real estate. So let's get going.
So we're talking about stupid tricks you did as a kid or neighborhood games. You got together with your buddies, and you would always, you would do something dumb. You would you'd play some sort of neighborhood game to entertain yourself. 842-547-7. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Hey, what up, bro?
Hey, what up, man?
So, I remember back in the day, me and my little cousins and all the little homies on the block, we were all into WWF when wrestling was real, you know?
It was real, okay.
And we used to play poop matches, so whenever a dog would poop in the grass, first one that landed it lost.
Oh,
yeah, it was horrible, man. It was horrible. But hey, it was fun. It was fun as kids, and yeah, it was knockout challenges. So whoever landed it was out.
That's nasty.
That man Stephanie won it. It was gross.
That's nasty. All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Thanks, man.
Like I said, man, kids will do anything to entertain themselves. When, it was just... You had to go outside. You had to find other kids to play with in your neighborhood. And kids would just come up with the stupidest games and do the dumbest tricks. Just, How do you think, how do you think a lot of these kids get hurt? A lot of these scars came from entertainment. That's what we had to do to entertain ourselves. RD42547-7. What kind of tricks? What kind of neighborhood games did you guys play? And when I say neighborhood games, like what the guy just said, they played WWF with poo. I never heard of that before, but that was a neighborhood game. Talking about games, neighborhood games you played when you were a kid. Good morning, Hot. What's up?
Wrong.
What up, brother?
Neighborhood game it was football, but we called it sideline bash. As long as you ran down the middle, it was two-hand touch. You ran close to the sidewalk or whatever, you got hit. Whatever you did on that sidewalk is whatever you did.
Oh, God. Wow.
Hey, it made us stronger.
Sure did. Damn. That's rough, man. Thanks for calling. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo, you talking about the childhood games?
Yeah, what up, man?
Hey, so there used to be like 10 of us. We all lived like 2 blocks from each other.
Okay.
We had the old, the Power Wheels, little four-wheel cars or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Dude, there'd be like 6 of us. We're all probably 6 or 7 years old. You team up with your friend. He'd push you around. We had a little derby going on. We'd smash into each other, bro. We did it until our cars broke, man. We had these little beat-up cars that didn't have no batteries in them. And we just all got together. We just smashed into each other, Somebody pushed you, and you took turns just like that.
Oh, man, that's great, man. That's great.
That was great, dude. I never see those kids do that again these days.
Yeah, you won't. All right, man, thanks for calling.
All right, man, later.
I mean, let's be honest when we talk about this stuff, though. Kids today will never do that stuff because they don't have to. I mean... Back in the day, before the internet, before laptop or iPads and computers and all this stuff, iPhones, before all of that, you had to entertain yourself. So you went and found a bunch of other kids in your neighborhood that had nothing else to do, and that's how you became friends. Think about it. All the friends you have for the most part now are because you were looking for other people, other kids that had nothing else to do just like you. Right? You might not be friends with them today because, you didn't have, that's all we were doing as kids, running around looking for other kids that had nothing else to do. So we could do nothing together or make up silly games to play. All right, 842-547-7.
Romeo, how are you this morning?
Doing great, brother. What's up?
Well, growing up, man, a lot of childhood games that I grew up playing with a few friends that I had, and to this day are still part of my life. One of them, we didn't have a lot of money, so one of them, what we used to do is we used to roll up a piece of paper, using origami and turn it into a dart. And what we would do is you grab dirt and you throw it inside to make it heavy, right?
Yeah.
and then you grab a paper clip that you put at the very tip right before you put the dirt so that it doesn't fall out, and you grab a rubber band, the thickest, hardest rubber band you can find,
Okay.
and you launch it in the air. And everybody stands in the circle, head down, and see whoever it hits. Mind you, it's paper with dirt. It's not really going to hurt if it hits the back of your head. Until Artie decided to look up, and we're like, all right, we're down. You know, it's one of those things. If you're growing up in East Bakersfield and you hear the words, you're not down, oh my gosh, or double dog dare you, you're going to have to do it. So we all decide to look up. Well, it hits Artie square in the eye.
Oh,
right?
my God. That is so
to
funny.
this day, we call him Bullseye Artie, or sometimes we'll call him Artie.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
We used to do all sorts of stuff. And if I could tell you real last one, is we used to skate downhill. There's a street called Camino Primavera in East Bakersfield. They dared me to rollerblade downhill. I'd never rollerbladed in my life. I didn't know how to stop. So as I'm going down, I'm about to reach college, which is a very busy street.
Yep.
I'm thinking the best thing for me to do, since I don't know how to stop on rollerblades, is to throw myself on one of the lawns. Well, Newton's law of physics is that a body in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted upon with greater force, equal or greater force. Well, guess what? When I threw myself midair into the grass, I completely kept going midair and missed the entire grass area, landed on the driveway and the pavement, rolled a few times. Old man that was washing his lawn there just looked at me and he goes, man, you completely missed that entire grassy area.
We're talking about, as a kid, man, before all this electronics, before video games, before anything that kept you in a house, everything you had to do was outside the house, which means you had to go out and find other kids like you who had nothing to do. And then that's how you made your friends in the neighborhood. And then after a while, you'd start making up dumb neighborhood games, or you'd make up stupid tricks to do, you know? Everybody lay down. Let's see how many kids we can jump over on our bikes. Yeah. How many of you done that? Already 42547-7. Morning, what's going on?
Good morning, Romeo.
Hey, what up? What up, DJ?
Hey, when I was little, we used to play this game called Hang Go Get It. Have you heard of that?
No, what is it?
It's a bunch of us girls and boys get together and play, and we be crushing on each other. So we go hide, and when they find us, they get it.
No!
Get a kiss or something. I ain't gonna get it. And I always hide the same spot.
Oh, my God. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. Well, let me stop.
Oh, that's great. Hey, thanks for calling the show.
All right, bye-bye.
We should play that game as adults. All right, hey, Rome. We used to play a game called Black Widow where we would turn all the lights off in the room and just start fighting everyone in the dark. Free-for-all rumbles in the dark. Nice. Nice. Kids are so stupid. Oh, my God. How did we survive? 842-547-7. What kind of dumb neighborhood games did you play with your friends in the neighborhood? Or stupid tricks you would do? Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
Hey, Rome.
Yeah.
How about doorknob? You ever heard of doorknob?
No.
So when you're right there with your friends or family members and you fart, they rush you and start beating you up until you touch a doorknob. We did that all the time. Yeah, that's what we do, man. As soon as someone cut one, rush them.
That could be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yep, it was fun as hell.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
All right, later.
Doorknob. Let's play doorknob. All right. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Romeo? Hey, I hear you talking about the games we used to play dumb as kids.
Yeah, what up, man?
Me and my homeboys had a game we used to play. It's called BB Bridges. So that means all of us would be together and we'll try to use words without using the letter B. And then if you use the word B, everybody just gets a punch on you until you say BB Bridges.
My God, that might be the second and stupidest thing I've heard today.
Yeah, so if you said anything put a B in it, and you forgot that we was playing BB Bridges. Everybody would just rap down on you, beat you up, body slam you, until you say BB Bridges. So you better not forget.
All right, man. You guys are crazy. All right, man. Thanks for calling. And like Slug Bug, we used to play Slug Bug in the car, right? I don't think they play Slug Bug no more. RD42547 Hey, Rome, we used to have shaving cream fights. Oh, my God. That stuff is the worst. Oh, it gets everywhere. It's so thick. Hey, Rome, I remember door knob. I don't know what that is. I never heard of that. All right.
Man, Romeo, I almost ran out of gas yesterday looking for that Easter egg.
Come on now.
Raider Dave can't get nothing for trying. There's nothing like a second place.
No.
Come on.
No. You want a participation trophy? Hell, what's wrong with you, man? Get your ass out.
Some fake grass for my kids.
No, you get nothing. It's either first place or last place. That's what life's about.
That's selfish of you, Romeo. That's very selfish.
Well, I seem to be doing just fine in my life, living by that logic. So, okay.
Okay, later.
Sound like a stupid-ass Raider fan. We won the fourth quarter, even though we lost the game by 50. So I wanted to tell you guys about this. It happened the other day, and I didn't have enough time to tell you. I have a friend. I have a bunch of friends I went to college with, and we still stay in contact, just like a lot of you. A lot of you stay in contact with your friends from college or high school, and you still see each other today, right? Well, I have one who's very rich, and he lives, I think he works for or owns a hedge fund, something like that. But he makes a lot of money. I mean, like a lot, like tens of millions of dollars money. He's rich. And we've stayed friends. He's a real great guy. He's always stayed humble. He was poor, just like the rest of us growing up, didn't have a lot, but he worked his ass off and he got to where he's gotten out of college, and he's just, just a go-getter. He always was kind of a little hustler. He just hustled his way to the higher tax bracket, right? So the building that he works in, there are multiple companies in that building. And so, everybody goes through the front door and past the whatevers to get in. Well, he met a secretary from one of the law firms that's in the building. They started dating. Remember, she's not a lawyer. She's just the secretary. You guys are going to take that the wrong way, but when I get to where I'm going, maybe you'll understand, or you can tell me I'm wrong for this. But she was great. They last year, about 18, 19 months ago, they got married. And they were seeing each other for a while before they got married, but she was always cool. Every time we'd see her, she was very nice, very, just kind of fit in with everybody. Real cool, laid back, Well, I had to have dinner with them the other night because they had come into town. They flew into L.A. first. He was in L.A. for some business, so I drove over to have dinner with him. Us and a couple of other friends. It wasn't just me, but us who live around the area here, San Diego, Palm Springs, the people that are still in this area. We all went to have dinner with him and her. And oh my God, you would not believe what 19 months of a secretary becoming rich now has turned her into. I mean, for about 40 minutes, all we talked about was what we do, how successful we are, what we own, what we do with our money. And my buddy, he's not really like that. Like this guy, if I asked him for money right now, he would give it to me without a second thought or care of whether I gave it back to him or not. But, but all of a sudden, this chick who was really cool, really laid back, really kind of humble, is now just a pompous ass. And how we've done all... We're doing this. We got this house. We got this car. We go on these trips. And my buddy, who is, now he's a little nerdish, so you got to understand. He's a little nerdish. So for him, he's got this hot chick who is kind of, a little bit. But he still knows what's what, right? At least I think so. So after about 40 minutes of this, I finally said something. And you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. Because it was just getting monotonous of her talking about all the things that we do and how much money we have and the life that we're living. I just said, look, I said, we is a lot of people. I said, your biggest accomplishment is marrying my rich friend. Don't act like you've done anything to earn any of this money, but in the bedroom. And the whole table stopped. She looked like, and her jaw just dropped, and she got up and left. My buddy Dave, his name's Dave, he looked at me and he just kind of went, man, come on. And I said, look, man, I'm right. Everybody at this table knows I'm right. Even the other women that were with us that are married to my other friends were all there. It was a good sized dinner. And he goes, well, I guess he looks at me and he goes, well, I guess I better go get her, bro. I'll call you tomorrow. And so he left and we finished dinner. And about 20 minutes later, he came back because we were at the hotel he was staying at is where we had the dinner. So he comes back and I'm like, is she okay? He's like, yeah, she'll be all right. Don't worry about it. And I wasn't worried about it. Nobody was worried about it because somebody had to say it. Because it was just wrong. It's just wrong. All right. 842-547-7. I really took it as she was demeaning my friend that she married by saying, we've done all this. We've been with Dave since we were kids in high school. We knew the struggles he went through. We knew how hard he worked to get where he had to go and to where he is now. And then you're just going to walk in and start taking credit for all of his accomplishments. Somebody had to say it. 42547-7. A friend of mine, a friend of mine's rich, like millionaire rich, right? And he married a secretary from one of the other offices, other businesses in the building. And she was really a great person when we met her. Her wedding, she was fun. She was so fun, and now she's just turned into kind of into a arrogant diva. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
What's going on, Rome? Chili Gilly.
What up, Gilly?
Well, I'm going to tell you. There was somebody that married into our family, and another relative knew him. Well, she was acting like she was all that. And she, she just sort of the same thing. Because the person she married, he already had money.
Yeah.
Not money like your friend or nothing like that, but he had a lot of money. Well, anyway, my wife kept saying, our friend, she's going to say something. I feel it. And sure enough, she said, I remember you and your family from Lamont, right? She goes, oh, I lived there briefly. She goes, no, you lived right there on Myrtle. She goes, I'll always remember you and your four sisters sitting on the front porch while your mom would pick the bugs out of your hair. Oh, my God.
Wow.
I don't drink, right? I don't drink.
That's funny.
I said, this is a while back, too. I'll take a Tom Collins. But I laughed.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And then her jaw just dropped. But I just thought about that when you were saying that story. I said, perfect. Yeah. That was perfect.
That's great.
Because he made all the money.
Yeah.
And she's saying we.
We.
What, you got mice in your pocket?
All right.
Have a good day, brother.
So I was telling you a story a friend of mine I had dinner with the other night, him and his wife. And actually, this guy's rich. He's a kid we grew up with. He grew up real poor. Not real poor, but grew up poor. Working parents. He worked his ass off, always a hustler. And now he's a millionaire, a couple times over. Well, he ended up getting married last year, about 18, it's under 2 years ago. So we went to the wedding. The girl he married was a secretary at the law firm that's in the same building that he works in. Or he might own it. I don't know. I don't remember. Or a partner in it. But not at the place where she works. They just would pass each other in the lobby or whatever. Ended up meeting her, marrying her. She was great. Everybody loved her. All of our friends and our friends' wives loved her. Thought she was going to fit in great with our group of friends. And we had to have dinner with her. Well, we didn't have to, but we went and had dinner with them the other night. They were in L.A. for business, so we went down to visit them. And boy, she was just an a-hole. Talking about we this, we that. We have this, we have that. We go here. Like she had actually put in the work that my buddy Dave had put in to get where he was, because he put in a lot of work. He hustled, man. He got there. She's reaping the benefits of his, success for doing nothing but sleeping with him. To be honest with you, I mean, he's already rich when she married him. Now, I could understand had she been there with the struggle with him, then I'd have a different opinion on her saying we this and we that. But I told her, she got mad and left. I told her the most successful thing she's ever done is marry him. So I don't know why she's acting like we. We're not French. You know what I'm saying? So she got mad, but whatever. Dave's cool. Dave knows me. We've known each other a long time. He don't give a damn. But that's his chick. So I don't know if I was wrong or right. None of our other friends or friends' wives at the table thought I was wrong. They were just glad somebody said it. But, it's a rags to riches story. RD42547-7. Yo, Rome, sounds like your buddy just married a gold digger. I don't think she's a gold digger. I don't think she married him because I don't think she's a gold digger. What I think is she has never had that kind of money and doesn't know how to handle it. So she's I think anybody with that kind of money, when you start making that kind of money and it's accessible to you, I think it might change you a little bit, right? I mean, lots of people, regular people, it happens a lot in Bakersfield. You see a lot of these women marry these guys who work their asses off to get somewhere or build something, and then all of a sudden they start taking credit for it when they didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, I just think it's normal. But, people change when they make a little bit of money. How have you guys changed? But you just can't take credit for somebody else's hard work. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's talk about rags to riches, right? You're young, you're dumb, you're not making no money. And then you come up a little bit, you start making a little bit of cash. You kind of change your ways. Even though you say you never will, everybody always says that doesn't grow up with money. They always say, oh man, if I start making money, I'll always be the same dude. No, you're not. I don't care what. Money has changed every single one of you in some way, okay? Whether you buy a better house, whether you move to a different neighborhood, maybe you buy a better car, but money changes you it changes everybody. When you don't have money, you don't grow up with money, or you start to, or you make more money when you're first setting out, then you start to make more money. Everything changes you, okay? So stop lying. I mean, sometimes it's just in little ways, but most of the time it's in a bigger way. RD42547 I remember when I was in college, I didn't make very much money. I was a struggling college student like everybody else. I had to have my grandfather buy me dinner because my grandfather told me I go out to dinner every night with my friends, and if you want to go, I'll feed you. And the times that I was really hungry, I'd have to go find my grandfather and his friends. And I'd have to sit and listen to their boring asses talk about, I don't even know what they talked about, but I got to eat. But I remember I got a job right out of college. I started making a little bit of money. Not a lot, but a little bit more. And I started eating steak because I could afford it. But I couldn't afford filet, I couldn't afford ribeye, but I could afford New York steaks. And a treat for me when I was in college was that flank steak. The cheapest steak they make, the stuff that is now $25 a pound at every carniceria in Bakersfield or in the world right now. Yeah, that stuff. That stuff used to be like 60 cents a pound or something ridiculous. I can't remember what it was. But that would be a treat for me, right? So then I had a little bit of extra money. So I started buying a New York steak, which, still wasn't top of the line, but it was better than what I was eating. Although nowadays I think I might question that. RD42547. I'm trying to think of all the different ways that I went from that you start making a little bit more money, have a little extra money. How has it changed you? You ever think about it? RD42547. Let's talk about making a little more money. How has money changed you? Money's going to change you when you win big dollars, right? You win that multi-million-dollar jackpot or that billion-dollar jackpot, or you start making millions of dollars. But believe it or not, on a smaller level, for everybody, money changes you. If you start making a little more money than you did last year, something will change in your life, okay? Already 42547. Hey, Rome. I like to travel a lot, so I realized once I started making a little more money, I started flying first class. And I never thought I would. I thought it was a waste of money. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You think everything's a waste of money until you can afford it, whatever that thing may be. Already 42547. Hey, Rome. When I first started my business, I was working day and night trying to get it going. After a few years, I got it up and running to where I wasn't there all the time, so I actually started dating. Now my business runs so self-sufficiently and we do well, I don't have to be there as much as I used to be. I noticed that the quality of women that I date now has changed based on the amount of money and how successful my business has been. Yeah, it makes sense, right? The more money you make, the better quality of a woman you're going to get. Or hotter. I'm not sure, but yeah, it makes sense. The more money you make, the hotter the women you can date. That makes sense. RD42547. It's like I said, we think about this whole, if I only had millions of dollars, what I would do. But you change. Money changes you. Money changes you. As long as you have more tomorrow than you had yesterday, it'll change you. It will change you. Already 42547. I actually noticed that when I started making a little more money, I started drinking better whiskey. I started buying better whiskey. And things you don't really think about. They're just little things sometimes. What's going on?
Hey, are you talking about how money makes you different or more faster or whatever?
My buddy married this woman who didn't have no money, and now she's kind of a jackass, at least the last time I saw her. She's changed. She used to be cool. So, yeah.
Okay, well, because, now that, me and my husband, we got a little bit more money, you know what I mean? We still live the same, but, what we do different now is, we kick it with his boss, his buddy. So, what we go do is, we go eat, me and my husband, we go with them, we go eat at restaurants we never ate at, you know what I mean? So it's so we got to sit with our pinky up now, you know what I mean? Yeah,
hold on. What is a restaurant that you go to that you don't...
Well, no, places where we haven't ate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, tell me a place. But tell me a place.
The last time, I really didn't care for it because I'm not a meat eater. We went to Texas Roadhouse or something like that.
Okay.
That's not it was good. The food, some of the food that I ate there was good, but I'm not a steak person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, but now we got to sit with our pinky up.
All right. You're so dumb. Get out of here. I don't know if Texas Roadhouse is where you got to sit with your pinky up, but okay. RD42547. Hey, Rome, your friend's wife. Well, let me explain to you what happened, though. Okay, my friend's Rich, and he's been our friend since high school. So he grew up poor. And he's just hustled and worked and strived, and now he's put a lot of time and effort to get where he's gotten to. So he deserves everything he has. He married a woman who had nothing. Well, nothing compared. She was a secretary at a law office, right? And now, 18 months later, since their wedding, I haven't seen him since their wedding. Now she's acting like we did this, we did that. So she's really acting like all this money that she now has access to, she helped earn. And I think that's disrespectful to her husband. It's to my buddy. You know, you didn't do all that. You didn't put in the time and the effort. You weren't there when he was struggling. I know, because I was there when he was struggling. He was our friend. So it's just, I think it's embarrassing, and I think it's wrong. But we see it all the time in Bakersfield. You see two things in Bakersfield when it comes to coming up. That have been together, and they were both, grew up poor. And then they both work their asses off so they can buy a bigger house and live a better life. You see that all the time in Bakersfield. But you also see these women who just marry these names in Bakersfield, and they live off their husband's name and then try to act like they did something to earn that. And you didn't. You didn't do anything to earn that. You just married a man who already had money. Okay? And I think it's wrong for you women to sit there and act like you actually did something and take credit for his success. Already 42547. Now, this is why this woman said this. Rome, what is she supposed to do? Not spend her husband's money and live the lifestyle that he lives? That's not at all what I'm saying. No, she absolutely should live the lifestyle that her husband lives. Absolutely. You should be doing everything you're doing. Just don't take credit for the fact that you helped get that money. Be a little more humble about the fact that you didn't do anything but sleep with my buddy to get access to that kind of cash. That's all you did. You didn't put in on this. So don't take credit, especially don't take credit for it around his friends that have known him, when he was poor. Already 42547. Already 42547. Yo, Rome. She should recognize his hard work and efforts that got him to his success and be thankful he wants to share it with her. Well, she should be, but let's be honest about it as well. She doesn't know the hard work. To her, she just married some millionaire who had already gotten there. I mean, he's living a pretty good, easy life right now. He could probably retire today and not have to do anything ever again because he's done it all already. So, but that's part of the reason why he got married so late in life was because he was working so hard and didn't have time to. But so to be fair to her a little bit, she has no idea what hard work he put in. But you are right. She should just be grateful and not act the way she is.
Good morning, Romeo.
Hey, what's up?
I'm going to tell you like this. If you're really with somebody who has money, you'll still go shopping at the Dollar Tree. I'm not even playing.
I don't disagree with that. You're right, but you're not going to only shop at the Dollar Tree.
Not only shop there, but you're going to be shopping at the cheapest places. Old money, new money, that's all they do. My ex was new money. Their parents were old money. Multi-millionaires. Nope. They didn't go anywhere expensive. Well, they didn't buy anything expensive.
Nah, that's a little bit different. That's a little bit different mindset. You're right about that. You're right about what you're saying, and you're right about old money will be very frugal, but the new money goes a little bit more extravagant than that. No, that's just two separate mindsets about losing it all. Old money usually knows they can lose it all. New money's too stupid to know they can lose it all.
Yep.
So
they're the cheapest people you can meet.
All right. Thanks for calling later. I mean, she's right about some extent. Old folks with old money are cheap. Yes, they are. Okay. This new money, like my buddy has millions. He's not real extravagant, but that's because he didn't grow up real extravagant. But he hangs out with the rich little friends, but she's right to some extent.
Romeo, I just had a comment as for the girl, your friend's buddy, or your friend's girlfriend.
Wife. Yeah, his wife. It's his wife now.
I feel like she should just appreciate the fact that he knows how to hustle and reach that success. And instead of taking credit, she should be praising him and congratulating him. And you know what I mean? In front of a crowd, not as if she was a part of that whole struggle. I mean, you said they were pretty fresh in their marriage.
Yeah, I think they've been married for 18, 19 months. Yeah.
Okay, but he earned it. She should be proud, and she should be putting him on like some type of like pedestal in regards to how he earned his success, not like share the credit. But
Yeah.
she should appreciate the fact that he wants to share his success with her. She needs to get it together.
Yeah,
I was
he's
a broke
not-
girl
he's
in the
not-
trailer park
Yeah,
that
he's not a
met somebody
jackass in that way.
That met somebody who was successful, and I don't ever say I earned it, but I'm glad that I get to share it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. My buddy's cool with her spending whatever she wants because he has it. But for her, this is the first time though I've ever seen her do this. Take credit, but I haven't seen him since their wedding. So, but
Well, I
it didn't
think the
take
dollar
long.
signs have gotten to her, got her a little jaded. She needs to take a step back and be a little bit more humble about her success, being able to share it with her husband.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's how you can ruin a divorce, a marriage, and it turns into divorce very quickly.
I hope not. He's happy. He seems to be happy with her. So whatever's going on in their home, he's okay with. But
All right, Romeo.
all right, thanks
you.
for calling. That's why I say I don't want to totally drag her through the mud. But somebody had to tell her, "What are you doing here? You didn't do nothing. You didn't earn this money. He did." And he's more than happy to let you spend as much of you as you want of it, but don't act like you helped earn it. But that happens all the time. You see that happen every day. I mean, it just so happens that my buddy's rich, but there's a lot of you out there that are rich in your own ways. You make good money. You live a very good, comfortable life. And, you married a man who provides that comfortable life, and he was providing it before you got there. And now you want to take credit for it. It's just I don't know why. I don't know what it is in you that makes you want to do that wants you to take credit for somebody else's success. I mean, are you that unhappy with what you've accomplished in your life? I mean, I don't know. Already 477. Hey, Rome. I hope your friend had her sign a prenup. Maybe I'm explaining it to you guys in the wrong way, okay? It's just, she's not a gold digger. I don't believe that. And my buddy's got plenty of money. He's having a great time with his wife, and he's not selfish with her. So, but the problem is not, that she's spending money or spending money that, her husband has. The problem is she's taking credit for the money that he made. She's taking credit for his hard work. That's the problem. So I'm sure they're going to stay married. They're probably going to last forever. She's not even selfish, but it's just the fact that she's taking credit is what I'm trying to tell you. Good morning, Tom. What's going on?
Big Rome. This is Big Boy.
Hey, what's going on, big boy?
We is broke, bro. Thank God for my wife, man, supporting me and raising my 5 kids. 'Cause without her, I don't know where I'd be right now. You know what I mean?
That's
I'd
funny.
probably be living in my parents' garage like She-Hawk Lou, or you know what I mean? Being supported by, Section A like Raider Dave. I mean, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows where we'd be right now, big dog? So my wife's listening. Thank you, babe. You know what I mean? Thank you. 'Cause we broke. You know what I mean? We broke. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Let's not even lie about it.
All right. Okay, so I guess we better do the Easter egg hunt, right? I got a basket full of goodies for you. It's got lots of tickets in it. It's got lots of... Somebody just sent me a picture, though, of the Easter egg. If you already won, don't be out there looking again. You can't win again. Don't be out there doing that. Don't be trying to take it away from somebody else when you already won your basket. Okay, so I got a pair of tickets to Magic Mountain, tickets to the Mac and Cheese Fest. I got Reading Cinema tickets. I got a gift, free oil change from McWilliams and Walden. Tickets to the Loop Tour for Ed Sheeran, then a $100 Visa gift card from our sponsor, Rodriguez and Associates, okay? So that's all in the basket. You got to go find the Easter egg. I'm going to give you 3 clues. Right now, though, I really only got 2 clues. I don't think this one's going to be very hard, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I think this is going to be very easy to find it. Your first clue, get some steaks. The first clue, let's get some steaks. All right? RD42547 to 7. It's out.
Hey, Ro, does it have to do with horseshoes?
Horseshoes?
Like horseshoe stakes in the ground?
No. No. No, that's not it. Okay. Whoa. That was a stretch, though, but okay. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't have to do with horseshoes. Horseshoe stakes. Yeah, when I say get some steaks, so what does that mean? RD4254 7-7. The first clue was get some steaks. All right, go get it. Shouldn't be that hard. Yo, Rome, is it at Greystone Park? I'm on my way. I don't know where it's at. You guys got to go find it. Steaks or steaks, Rome? Steaks. Steaks. Somebody just texted me. Steaks or steaks? Steaks. Get some steaks. RD4254 7-7. Go and find the Easter egg and win a basket. What did you guys text me here? You're out there looking for that Easter egg. Let's get some steaks. So that was the first clue. All right, Rome. Harris Steaks like Harris Ranch. Saunders Park. I'm today. You guys got to figure that this one's way too easy. I think this one's just way too easy. Surprised somebody hasn't found it already, to be honest with you. Don't say this out loud, but is it at Jastrow Park? I don't know. Gotta go look. Is it in the center of Bakersfield? I don't even know where the center of Bakersfield is. Is it at Silver Creek today? You gotta go look. Hey, beep this out if I'm right, Rome. Is it at Seasons Park? Hey, Rome, this is at least, there's at least 6 parks on that road. Well, if you're on the right road, go find it. Then if you know, go find it. Jastrow Park. All right, 84254 7-7. All right, let's get some steaks. Should be out looking for that egg. Come on, this should be really, really easy. Once I give you the second clue, it's over with, right? You should have found it. I'm surprised you haven't found it already, to be honest with you. You out looking for that Easter basket, right? I gave you that first clue. The first clue was, what was the first clue? I got to get some steaks. It's almost Friday, right? Would you text me here? Hey, Rome, can I get that second clue? Yeah, I'll give you the second clue. Wrap this up real quick. They are hot, humid, and sultry. All right? They are hot, humid, and sultry. All right. Somebody should have found this egg by now, right? Your first clue, got to get them steaks. Second clue is they are hot, humid, and sultry. Hey, Rome, that new Bruno Mars song is great. Yeah, I like Bruno Mars. I like Bruno Mars still. I don't care if he's on the Sugar Booger or not. I like that. I like Bruno Mars. All right, 84254 7-7. Go get that egg. Win that basket. You guys are out there looking for that Easter egg. I hope. Let's see here. What the first clue I gave you was let's get some steaks. Second clue that I gave you was they're hot, humid, and sultry. Hot, humid, and sultry. Already 4254 7-7. Is it one of the hot springs near here in Bakersfield? I didn't even know there was a hot spring in Bakersfield. So I'm gonna say I didn't know. That's gonna be my answer. I didn't even know there was a hot springs in Bakersfield, let alone more than one. Right? Hey, Romeo, what is the second clue, man? The second clue was they are hot, humid, and sultry. All right. That one might be a little hard. I don't know. Somebody should have found it already. You should be out looking for that Easter egg. You want that basket. What was the first clue? Let's get some steaks. The second clue was they are hot, humid, and sultry. Hopefully you guys are finding that egg. RD4254 7-7. Rome, is it at Seasons Park? Why don't you guys go find it? Hey, Rome, is it at Greystone Park? I don't even know where Greystone Park is, so I'm going to tell you no. That's the only clue I'm going to give you. Go find that basket on your own. Where you at here? Rome, some beaches are hot and humid. Some beaches it's a double clue. I didn't even think about it. Ooh, that's a double clue. All right, 84254 7-7. It is 8:32 right now. We're looking for that Easter egg. Hopefully somebody should have found it already. Your first clue is we got to get some steaks. Your second clue was, what was the second clue? They are hot, humid, and sultry. That might be a tough clue. Hey, hot or cold? Rome Seasons Park. Oh, I don't know. The third clue, please. This might be a really, really hard clue, but don't get off the pavement. Don't get off the pavement. You got to know what the pavement is, okay? All right, you guys should be out looking for that Easter egg. Go find it.
Hey, you got us with these clues, bro. It's got to be Greystone, right?
No, it's not Greystone.
What the hell, Rome? Hot, humid, and what?
Hot, humid, and sultry. These things are hot, humid, and sultry.
They're hot, humid, and sultry.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said, what is? I can't figure that one out. I know where it is, but I don't know what park it's at. I know what street it's on.
Well, the street's easy. But the hot, humid, and sultry is easy, too.
I'm trying to think. Oh, no. You got to give us another one.
Is it, am I wrong?
Challenger.
They just,
It's got to be Challenger then.
No, it's not. Let me think if I can give you guys a better clue, a better second clue. All right.
Okay.
All right. 842-547-7, you guys. You got to get it. Good morning, Tom. What's going on?
Romeo, have you ever been out to one of those mac and cheese fests?
Yeah, I was there last year.
So I've never been there, but I have a question. Does it compare to the $2 boxes of mac and cheese I can get at home? Is it better?
We're doing the Easter egg hunt. Why are you calling me to change a subject about something else that we're doing?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to thank you.
Oh, God, I just can't. I can't sometimes with these guys. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing one show and you guys are listening to another. Let me give you a little bit of advice. Everybody's got a podcast. If you think you can do a better job than what I'm doing, go start a new podcast. You'll make $1 million by the weekend. That's if you're so talented and so creative and you think your subject matter is better than my subject matter at this point and you want to change what I'm doing, go do your own podcast. Go start your own YouTube channel. I'm telling you, you'll be richer and more successful than me probably by the weekend. Right now, we're doing the Easter egg hunt. All right, 842-547-7. A better second clue is... Wait, I think they just blew this up in Vegas, right? I think last... Is that right? Maybe the last couple of years? I think the A's are moving into where this was supposed to be in Vegas. I think... Gosh, now I'm getting confused.
Hey, Romeo, I think we need another clue out here. We can't find it.
Well, I just gave you another clue. What do you mean you can't find it?
But like something more specific.
Where are you?
Beach Park.
That's not Beach Park.
Oh my gosh.
That's why you can't find it, because that's not where it's at. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Hey, is it Coral Keys?
No, I don't even know where Coral Keys is, man.
What about Wilderness?
No, not Wilderness. I almost hit it at Wilderness this morning.
You should have.
No. RD42547-7. You guys should be out here looking for that egg. Yo, Rome, Beach Park. It's not a beach park. Let's see. This one's kind of funny. Hey, Romeo, is it in Still or Tyrone's garage? I don't know why it would be in Still or Tyrone's garage. Coral Keys Park. What do you got here? What does it say? Either someone got the egg already or no one knows about this park. No one knew about the park. I just found the egg. That's hilarious. Nobody knows. I'm going to tell you why that's funny to me. Because you might be right about that. Nope, not Wilderness. Because I didn't even know about the park until I was driving there this morning and I caught it at the side of my eye. I said, wait, there's a park there. And I turned around. Yeah, I think somebody found it. Well, bring it to the station. We'll get you a basket.
Hey, what's up, Rome?
Hey, Ruben, what up, man?
Man, what's wrong with that Food Raider Day, bro?
All these guys they want to, you do it too, Ruben. You change the subject too. All you guys do it for some. All you guys do
I'm
it.
talking about his dumbass question, like, is it better than his mac and cheese? Yeah, anything's better than your mac and cheese you make with that powdered milk, fool.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, anything's better. And he probably hasn't gone because the 94.1 don't accept EBT for the tickets.
And here you go, calling about Raider Dave changing the subject of what we're doing. And I see, Ruben.
I'm not changing the subject about his dumbass question. That's what I'm calling about.
Well, all right, you guys.
But I waited till somebody said they found the egg, and then I called. You know what I mean?
Well, that's fair. Yes,
I got some common sense, bro.
All right, later.
Bro.
I mean, he did wait until someone said they found it, so I guess I got to give him some credit. But still, you clowns always trying to change stuff on me. Hey, Rome, Challenger Park. Hey, Rome, is it Tradewinds Park? Oh, man. I think somebody found it already, to be honest with you. At least I got a picture, so if they're not lying, it's not AI, we're good. All right, the Bakersfield housing market. I don't even know what's going on with it. That's why we bring in Selling Bakersfield. Marco is here, and the complainer is here. Janet's here. She's too busy to get out and sell you a house right now. But
no, I'm not. I'm available, guys. Call me anytime, any day.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning,
I'm just messing with you. Janet will sell you a house anytime, any day. All right, guys. So what's going on with the market nowadays for buying houses? What's happening?
I'm going to just tell you this, Romeo. The real estate market in California has been a little bit unstable, right? It's been a little bit crazy, up, down, interest rates. The new norm is here, okay? 6% interest rates is the new norm. And so I think for those people who are kind of waiting around to see if the interest rates go down or what, it's not going to happen. We're not going to see threes again. Or fours.
Well, threes and fours is 6 seems good. I think when my parents bought their house 100 years ago, it was like it was double digits.
Yes.
Then I think around early 2000s, it was what? When was it 8s? It was at 8s within what? 2000 something or other. I think it was within the 8.
Yeah, it was pretty high up there during the boom, actually.
Yeah.
You know, in the early 2000s. But historically speaking, over the last 50 years, it's been about 8%.
Okay.
So when you look at that, right now we're around 6%. It's hovering around 6%. That's going to be our new floor. And so
for how long do you think? Do you think it's going to be that's the new floor forever? It can't be forever, right? Because we've gotten as low as 3s, we've gotten as high as 10.
Yeah, I think it's only going to go up from there.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of where we're at as the standard interest rate. And so, Bakersfield is still a unique market. Okay, let me tell you this just for perspective.
Okay.
The median sale price in 2026 in California is approaching $905,000.
In median, the whole state?
In the whole state.
Wow.
$905,000 is going to be your median home sale average price.
Okay.
In Bakersfield, it's about half of that. It's actually less than half of that. So that gives you perspective of what a unique market we have in Bakersfield.
So Bakersfield's still fairly inexpensive comparatively.
It is 100% still affordable as far as California goes. Yeah.
Now I heard Texas went to hell. But I heard all these clowns that want to move out to Texas because it's better, it's cheaper, it's California sucks, and now the housing market tanked. From what I understand.
I was in Dallas a couple of weeks ago visiting my grandson, and there is construction on the freeways and the roads, and it's like everywhere you go, right? I think California did that to Texas. Right? You can't go on any and there's like 50 different highways going crisscross, right? And yeah, I think a lot of people came from California to Texas, and it kind of really skewed their market a little bit.
And now they're going to be all moving back here in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Selling Bakersfield. Marco and Janet are here. What's your phone number?
661-444-0178.
Now, we want to start with you. If we're going to buy a house, if I've never bought a house before, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call you guys. You guys are going to hook me up with a loan officer, a lender.
Yep.
And then between the three of you, you guys are going to find me a house, what I can afford, and take care of it all, right?
And
that's how that works?
A great experience, yes.
That's pretty much how it works. So Marco and Janet are here from Selling Bakersfield. What's the phone number?
661-444-0178.
Okay, so we're talking about the housing market. I think, what are most people trying to do now? Are they trying to buy or are they trying to sell?
Well, so here's the deal. Everybody was kind of a little bit skeptical, right, of what's happening. So sellers were not wanting to sell because they were kind of like, all right, well, we've got our interest rate. It's very low. Why would we sell and go into a higher interest rate? We're going to wait. Buyers were also kind of like, okay, well, the market is, a little bit volatile right now. The interest rates are up and down. So now that everything is kind of normalized, I think 2026 is the year of where real estate has become the norm now. Whatever it is, it is. And so what's happened is the market has cooled down a little bit.
Okay.
It's given buyers more of an opportunity to have more choices and negotiate a little bit better. And then it's also given sellers I think the conclusion is, hey, if you're going to sell, the time to do it is now and buy something.
Janet, I want to ask you, since you're in the trenches, you're out there in the houses, showing the houses for your clients and people that are looking for one. What should people be looking for when they're buying a house?
It honestly just depends on preference. Some people do want to do everything themselves. Some people want everything move-in ready. It honestly depends on the client and what the buyer is looking for, what fits their budget, what do they want to do to the property. It's all a preference. I'm seeing a little bit of everything right now. I'm seeing clients from 11 years ago calling me saying like, hey, Janet, I think we're ready to buy again, or we're ready to sell. I'm also seeing clients come out and say like, hey, I have some cash. I want to buy an investment property. So it's a little bit of everything.
One of the worst things that I think, because I bought a couple of houses, is the first house you buy, you know what you want, but then you forget about what you want until you're actually living in it. And you don't realize, oh, I needed a light socket here. They should have done this there. So do you, can you tell people like, hey, maybe you want to think about this? Is that outside of the realm of what a real estate agent should do? Telling somebody, hey, you should be looking at this over that, because you want to trust the person that's been in half the houses in Bakersfield.
Correct. Based on their needs, I can say like, hey, just keep in mind, this one might need a new roof if we're looking at wood roof. Or say that they tell me like, I really don't want to invest on windows. I don't have the budget. I can say like, hey, this one already has new windows. Yeah. Or you're going to have to change out the windows at some point.
Sure.
In between the process, you also get what's called a home inspection. At that point, you're able to look at the property and the full scope with the home inspector coming in. You get to make that choice. Is this going to be doable for me? Is the seller willing to pay for this repairs? Or can I take on this project? So there's a lot of ifs and ands in between the process.
Those are the conversations you got to have, though.
Needs versus wants.
Needs versus wants. So how long should it take somebody to buy a home?
It just depends. The process can take anywhere from 30 to 45 days. Okay. It depends on finding the property. Obviously, when you're a buyer and you're shopping and it's the first time, I tend to see them take a little bit more time and be a little bit more choosy. Sure. And it's okay. It's going to be your investment. It's going to be your property. We're out here to show you all the properties that we have to show you until you're convinced that this is the house for you.
All right. Selling Bakersfield. What's the phone number?
661-444-0178.
Love technology today. All these clowns are on their phones. 3 people in here all sitting on their phones right now. Not paying attention to anything.
Wait, this isn't an internet cafe?
No, it's not.
Uh-oh.
All right. Selling Bakersfield. Marco and Janet are here. They want to help you get the home of your dreams. Or, do we even get the home of our dreams anymore? Or do we just buy a house to live until the next one comes along? How does that necessarily work?
I think in Bakersfield, you can still get the home of your dreams.
The home of your dreams.
And it still could be affordable. The reality is the home of your dreams is what you make it. And so, we were just talking about needs and wants, right? There's some things that you want, but not necessarily need at the moment that you buy your first home. And so you can upgrade, you can remodel, you can do all kinds of things.
Well, let me ask you guys this question. If I'm going into a house and I know that I'm going to want this later down, let's say I want a pool. Let's say, we live in Bakersfield. I love this house. It doesn't have a pool. Is that something that I should go, well, I can always get a pool later? Or should I reevaluate and go, well, wait a second. If I want a pool, that's a major thing I should get now with the house, as opposed to trying to figure it out later? Or, you know what I'm saying? There should be some things that I look at and go, these things are just going to be too expensive to fix, so let me get it now, right? Or get it instead of trying to figure it out later.
Yeah, I think something like a pool is probably something you want to do now versus later, just because pools are a little bit, complicated. If you don't have the cash to build it, you're going to need to finance it.
Yeah.
And then it gets, so, pool is one of those things where there's a lot of pools in Bakersfield. So if you can afford it at the time, if it's in your price range, then let's find a house with a pool.
Okay.
Now, other things like maybe kitchen cabinets and paint and flooring, those are things that you can do later on. You can take your time and do them.
Yeah.
But a pool is one of those things where I think most people that say, "Oh, I'll build it later," never actually build it later.
So let me ask you this: having kids, you're a young couple, maybe you don't have kids yet. Do you think about buying the house where you can have the kids, or are we in a situation now where we should be buying houses and expecting to buy the next one, always upgrading our house as our family grows?
It honestly, once again, it depends on the buyer. I have young buyers that are still going to school, still paying debt. They don't have the kids in mind at the moment. They're okay with a condo. They're okay with a small home. Knowing that in the future they do want to buy another property because they do plan on having kids. So I have a lot of couples who say, this is our game plan for 3 years, and then we'll purchase again. It just honestly depends on the client.
All right, you guys, Selling Bakersfield's here. Janet and Marco. I don't know the phone number because
66. Come on, Romeo.
It's just in my phone.
661-444-0178.
All right, guys. Selling Bakersfield's here. Marco and Janet. We're talking about the housing market. One of the things we need to get into is selling a house. Marco, Janet, when it comes to selling a house, if we're looking to sell, what should we be doing? We call you when you guys do what?
Yeah, so a lot of people are now realizing that, hey, we were kind of not wanting to sell because of whatever reason, but people are now calling. I have a buddy of mine that, past client as well, that just called me and said, okay, I'm ready to sell. So what we do is we come to the house. We got to look at the house and see what the condition of the house is. Because what we do is we run a CMA. A CMA is a comparative market analysis of the house.
Okay.
But what that does is it shows us what homes in the area that are similar to your home, comparable to your home, have sold for, and it gives us an average price, right?
Okay.
And that's kind of a price per square foot. So then we can do the numbers kind of all virtually, but we have to look at the house to see what the condition of the house is.
Okay.
And then we can give you a more accurate. So it's kind of like a mini appraisal. We are not licensed appraisers, but we use the same techniques and MLS comparable systems that appraisers use. And so we give you a really good idea of what the price of your home is in today's market.
Okay, so then you come and look at the house, you see what it's all about, and you guys settle on a number. Will you tell somebody, hey, if we need to fix this or do that, or if we do this, it'll give you more money for your house. If we do that, it'll give you guys go through that process as well, or? Absolutely.
That's exactly what I just did for this friend of mine, the past client that. He was like, okay, so what do we do? What things do we? And really, there's it's so broad, right? Like that you can either go all out and remodel the house to get top dollar, or you can just do the things that where you're going to get the most bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Or you could do the very minimal and just sell it as is, and just kind of the stuff that actually needs to happen. Which, like Janet said earlier, we have gone through hundreds of inspection reports, so we know what inspectors look for. We know how we can avoid certain repair requests by just doing the very minimum.
And when you say that you can sell a house as is. Even when the inspector comes in and says, hey, this, and this, a buyer can still go, well, I'll take on that responsibility if they want to.
As a matter of fact, let me answer with this. The contract, when you buy a house, it is always as is.
Oh, okay.
Any buyer is buying the house as is. However, the buyer has his right to do inspections, and he or she also has the right to request any repairs that they would like. But per the contract, the legal contract, it's always as is.
So there could be a negotiation there. I want to buy your house. I want to buy your house, but will you fix this? Or I want to buy your house. Or if you're not going to fix this, then take this much off the house price, things like that. So it's always. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we're ready, and you guys will handle all of that, right? You guys handle the negotiations as the agents, right?
Janet is the expert of that.
Correct. We do. We handle the negotiations. We obviously go through the list. We see what's more important to the buyer to get fixed. Obviously, the more important items are going to be the costly items that we want the seller to fix. We go through the entire process with them as well.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Marco and Janet, selling Bakersfield.
Thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure.
What's the phone number?
661-444-0178.
Romeo in the Morning.
Every morning.
On Hot 94.1.